Hello, my guys. Welcome to another episode of the Microwave Kicks. Yes, after yesterday's win for Chelsea against Fluminense, it was a very great win for Chelsea. Very interesting win. It actually puts this team in the eyes of the world. What I mean is, people are beginning to take notice of Maresca. People are beginning to take notice of this team. Very talented team Chelsea has, and it was a very enjoyable victory yesterday. Yes, the most notably one was the goal for João Pedro, who scored 2 goals in his full debut. So that was a statement. That was massive, for Chelsea yesterday. So it was a very good victory. Chelsea are going to face either Real Madrid or PSG. That will be decided in few hours. So that's not what we're going to talk about today. Let's also make a reminder for Jackson that he has to step up his game. Yesterday's show for Jackson wasn't the best. Yes, he's coming from a very low side. He got a red card against Flamengo. So that really puts him in a very awkward situation because he had 2 strikers ahead of him right now. So having the opportunity to come, through yesterday into the game, I would understand that miss that he was supposed to lay the pass to Palmer. Palmer was furious. Palmer was angry. He said a whole lot of things, to Jackson physically at that point. But it is what it is. It's normal. Sometimes you have the rush of blood to your head. But for Jackson, he has to really step up. Trust me, if he wants to be in that mix, if he wants to be the number 1 starting striker, for Chelsea, or if he even wants to remain in the club, he really has to step up. And his decision making has to be the best. Because when you're supposed to pass, you're shooting. When you're supposed to shoot, you're passing. Yes, he's a striker. He wants to score. You can't blame him 100%. But still, his decision making has to be, good. But we are not talking about that today. Maresca, kudos to him for the victory yesterday because Chelsea dominated. And despite the scare, to Caicedo, he gave an interview. That's Maresca. So he said that the best thing that Caicedo could do for Chelsea or for himself is to be on the pitch on Sunday. And we just hope Caicedo is well. We just hope he's fine. And hopefully he's on the bench or hopefully he's on the pitch on Sunday. So we have some breaking news today. Important news concerning Chelsea, concerning Arsenal, today. So let's get into it as quick as possible. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell. Here on this channel will give constant updates concerning your clubs, concerning football, concerning anything that has to do with the game. So please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and always share your thoughts in the comments. So let's get into it. Now we're going to talk about the breaking news today. Arsenal has actually made contact with Chelsea. And according to David Austin, he said Noni Madueke is prioritizing Arsenal above any other interested side. So that means I think it's not only Arsenal that is really interested in Noni Madueke. I think there are other clubs who are as well interested in him, but I think Arsenal are the front runners, and Noni Madueke has given Arsenal, his priorities. And that's not just all. There's another huge one coming out from Noni Madueke news concerning Arsenal and Chelsea as well. It says, according to Fabrizio, who broke the news today, he says Arsenal have submitted an initial bid for Noni Madueke around 50 million package, add-ons included. Chelsea wants more than 50 million fixed. Now, there's a feeling at Chelsea that Noni Madueke has not progressed enough. But that's aside, all right? Let's see if that's a Fabrizio, because he was actually talking about that there are still talks, concerning this particular deal. The thing is, what I think is, Noni has given Arsenal his priorities. According to Chelsea, according to that tweet, it said Noni has not really progressed well. Now, Arsenal are the front runners for this guy. Is Noni talented? Obviously, yes. Noni is one of the very good players when it comes to 1v1 in the Premier League. One of the best when it comes to 1v1 in the Premier League. But what I think with Noni is decision making is not really the best. It's just having more of the same with Jackson. That decision making when it comes to hold up play, dribbles, whatever, take-ons, ball carries, whatever, they are good. But when a player has an expected goal ratio and is not delivering quarter of that, it tells about the development of that player. And sometimes, and this Chelsea currently is not a kind of Chelsea that gives players too much time to like settle up and relax. And the time Chelsea gave to Modric, the time Chelsea gave to players that did not really step up, those days are over. If you come to Chelsea 1-2 seasons and you're not stepping up above what they bought you for, then there's like every likelihood that you will leave. See what happened to João Felix. See what happened to Renato Vega. If you are not stepping up, it's either you will be tired to sit on the bench, and at the end of the day, you might say you want to leave. All right. So now Chelsea are placing Noni Madueke on a 55 million, 60 million valuation, not because he's worth it, but because Chelsea have a big bargaining power. What I mean is Noni still has 5 years contract, all right, in his contract currently. Also, Noni is a 23-year-old player, so he's still young. He's an England international, so that also counts for it. And a player like Elanga, who has not really won anything, like any really major trophy with Nottingham Forest. Even with Manchester United, his trophies are not up to 2 or 3. Elanga is worth 55 million fee total, to Newcastle. Newcastle just spends that on Elanga. Are you trying to tell me? Yes, many of you might actually say Elanga is better than Noni. But trust me, Noni is super talented and Noni is super good. What is wrong with him right now is his decision making, and his progression has actually stalled. Right now, he's down the pecking orders, and Pedro Neto is above him on the pecking order. So that also counts for it. Will he work at Arsenal? Yes, I agree. It can work on Arsenal because he's going towards a different environment. He's going into a different club. He's going into a different strategy, a different style of play, and a different coach entirely. Arteta can bring out the best in him, no doubt. Would he start? That's the problem. Because as Arsenal, there's also competition. Trossard might leave, quite all right, no problem about that. But he's not going to strike. Noni is not going to play the number 9 because Arsenal needs a number 9 and they'll most definitely get Gyökeres. Now, Noni might play the second fiddle to Saka. Yes, they don't want Saka to be overloaded with too much games, the Champions League, the Premier League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and any other tournaments they are in. All right, Noni is going to get game time, no doubt, right? But the thing is, Arsenal need quality in depth, and that is one of the things their sporting directors are actually putting in place this season. Quality in depth, so that when Saka is off, there's a quality player coming in as well. And Noni can play on both sides. All right, he's already doing it at Chelsea. He can play on the left side, he can play on the right side. So as well, he can work because the style of play of Arteta can be different. The players around him is different, so it can have an effect. It can work. Now, Chelsea have sent many players to the other way. Chelsea have sold many players to Arsenal. We get so many names, Sterling, who just went on loan. There is David Luiz who went there. There's Jorginho who went there. There's Peter Cech who went there. There's Kai Havertz who went there. There's so many Chelsea players who have gone, even Willian, who have gone from Chelsea, to Arsenal. Have they all worked out? No. Most of them have not worked out. Majority of them have not worked out. But yes, they've gotten playing time. Yes, they've played under a new system, a new coach, a new strategy. So let's watch this space. Let's see how this goes. Now, Chelsea wants a fee, something related or something close or even more than what Newcastle paid for Elanga. Because Arsenal obviously have more money, in more spending power, currently, than what Newcastle have. Yes, Newcastle are working towards within the FFP rule. I'm not saying Arsenal is richer than Newcastle. Newcastle are richer than Arsenal. But what the thing there is, Chelsea wants more. Chelsea wants probably a 50 million fixed fee and maybe a 5 million easy add-ons. All right. Arsenal negotiations are below par. Arsenal negotiations are either 40 million and 10 million in add-ons, or 45 million and 5 million in add-ons, which does not match up to what Chelsea actually wants for him. So I wish him all the best if he eventually leaves, because as he's looking, he will leave. Chelsea are expecting Estavo. Chelsea are expecting Giovanni Kedda in 2026. Next season, that's the upper season. Chelsea are expecting Gittins to come in. João Pedro is there. Tyreek George might go on loan. Chelsea might get another player in as well. So it is what it is for Chelsea, and it's a good thing Madueke goes to get playing time. If it's left, for me, I wouldn't want him to leave, but it is what it is. Chelsea have seen this. Sometimes you have to trust the sporting directors, because they are seeing what we are not seeing in training, and how I wish he could stay, but it is what it is for now. So let's move to another news concerning now. It's a year we go. All right, it's a year we go for Mohammed Kudus, not to Chelsea this time, but to Tottenham Hotspur. Now let's read. According to Ben Jacobs, because it was David Oyston that broke this news. He said Spurs have agreed a 55 million fee with West Ham to sign Mohammed Kudus, as David Austin called. Kudus Spurs top target since early June has revealed. Ghana International has agreed a 6-year contract and will undergo a medical on Thursday, which is tomorrow. So the thing is, Mohammed Kudus is a quality player. Now, he has been a target for Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham Hotspur. This is a big steal for Tottenham Hotspur. Like, this is a big steal for them. This is one of the best players at West Ham. If you take out Bowen, you have to call Kudus. This is one of the best players there. Take-ons, ball carries, aggression, everything. He's very aggressive. He can play multiple positions. He's versatile. He's a very, very good player. And this is one of the players Chelsea were actually interested in, or are interested in. So Tottenham has actually taken a step further to actually, sign him, for Spurs. Now, will he work under Thomas Frank? Absolutely. Now, Thomas Frank is a different kind of coach entirely, all right? Because when he was at Brentford, you could see the rise of the kind of players that were brought in, into Brentford. Brentford will not sign a top-tier player. Brentford will sign an average player and make him a better player. Now, Thomas Frank was responsible. Thomas Frank was there for so long, so he understands how to groom players. He understands how to work with young players. He understands how to get the best out of players. And he did that with Mbeumo. Who knew Mbeumo before? Who knew Mbeumo before? Like, what he got out from Mbeumo, fantastic. Like, he is a super coach. He is a coach who really, really prioritizes making a player very, very good. And also, not just Mbeumo, Wissa, super talents. He made them who they are today. Even the England international that left for Saudi, he made him who he is. So let's give it up for Thomas Frank. And Thomas Frank, trust me, will do a very good job at Spurs. Spurs just has to give him time. Spurs just has to give him the leverage to work. Spurs just have to let him, give him the free hand, let him do what he wants to do. And trust me, he's going to succeed at Spurs. Will he win trophies? That is another, another topic entirely. But if is a coach that is going to thrive in Spurs, yes, I believe in him, and he's a very, very good coach. But Spurs just have to give him time. Now for Kudus going over there, he's not going to get like real competition like that, because the kind of players Spurs really have, I know a kind of player that is up to Kudus standard when it comes to playing on the left wing. All right. On the left wing, we have Johnson. Johnson is never close to Kudus. Let's be honest. Johnson just has speed and all of that. He's never close to Kudus. Kudus will deliver goal-scoring opportunities. Kudus will create. Kudus will do a lot for that Tottenham Hotspur team. They still have Son. They have good players over there in Spurs as well. The Matistel, who went from Bayern Munich, still a young developing player. Kulusevski is there. So they have players as well. They have a good core of players. But this is a statement signing from Spurs. This is the kind of signing that Spurs are using to send a message out there to other players, because this Spurs team finished 15th. Is it 15th or 6th? Finished 16th on the log last season. There was one of their worst season in a very long time. But what they used in savaging that season was winning the Europa League, and that qualified them to the Champions League. So right now they have a good spending power to buy players. And Kudus going over there, I think it's going to be a very good one. So congratulations to him. I wish Chelsea would have gotten him. I wish Chelsea would have, gotten this caliber of player, because this is the kind of player I need at Chelsea. This is the kind of player that can change things. This is the kind of player that can change the game. This is the kind of player that can single-handedly win a game for you as a club. But it is what it is, all right? Probably he was given a good contract. He was given a good package. He was given something better. Who knows? But he said, yeah, we'll go for Mohammed Kudus, to Spurs. Now, let's take a look at another story concerning Chelsea. Now, according to Cyril Olives, he said negotiations are on the way to sell Ishe Samuel Smith to Chelsea, from Chelsea to Strasbourg for 5.2 million. Brilliant. I wish he had a chance to be the Cucurella understudy, but it will slow down his progression really, really well. And as a young player like this, you need time. Who is coming from the Chelsea Academy? You need time. You need playing time. You need time to actually develop really well. You need to get to that standard, at that level that Chelsea needs you to be, for you to play, for a club like Chelsea, and for you to represent and to play as an understudy to Cucurella. Cucurella has set the standard, and Chelsea has set the standard as well for a left back. So for you to play, you need to meet up to the standard. That is the most important thing for a young promising talent like this in Ishe Samuel Smith. Let's move forward to the last story of today. That's for Andre Santos now. Before the game against Palmeiras, there was a lot of talks concerning Andre Santos' willingness to leave. A lot of talks in the media that Andre Santos is not happy, he's upset, he's angry of the fact that he's not playing enough games and all of that. But he got a full 90 minutes, thereabouts, against Palmeiras. And he did well. He did well in the absence of Caicedo. Now, there's a news coming out concerning Andre Santos. Now, Andre Santos spoke yesterday. He said, the truth is, I am happy with my teammates and my coach. We have an important game to prepare for. We have to work hard. Now, I love this. I love the fact that he's not bringing any bad energy or bad news into the camp. Chelsea's camp right now. That's why I would have waited, if I was a Chelsea director, I would have waited for the Madueke story to come after the Club World Cup. See, at this point, we don't need such distraction in the team. We have one game to be the world champion. We have one game to win the first edition of the revamped Club World Cup. So you don't need these dark clouds and this dark news in the team as well, for now. Now, Santos did well against Palmeiras, and he has a bright future ahead of him. He was one of the best players at Strasbourg last season. He got goals, he got assists. Now, let's understand the fact that this is a developing player. This is a young midfielder who needs to learn the ropes. This is a young midfielder who needs to get to the standard of Maresca and the standard of Chelsea. Because let's be honest, which is the truth, Strasbourg is different from Chelsea. The playing time you're going to get in Chelsea would not be the same playing time you're going to get at Strasbourg. The levels are different. The history, the caliber of players you have around you, the quality is different. That's for a fact. So this guy needs time to develop. He needs time to get to where Maresca wants him to be, and he needs time to show himself and to announce himself as Stamford Bridge. So that's what I have to say concerning Andre Santos. Is a very good player, and I hope Chelsea wins this club. Chelsea wins this Club World Cup on Sunday, and we are crowned the world champion. So let me know what you think concerning Kudus. Let me know what you think concerning Madueke's move. Let me know what you think about concerning Santos, and how Palmer's reaction was on last night. How Palmer's reaction was towards Jackson. Was he good enough? Was he supposed to show such frustration despite having João Pedro score 2 beautiful goals? There was a rush of blood to Jackson's head. He wants to score as well because his rival right now in the team has scored. So do you think the reaction from Cole Palmer, was it worth it? Was he okay? Was he supposed to do that? Despite people watching, there's so much crowds. That's one of the biggest stadiums in America, and also people watching around the world. Was he supposed to react in such a way? Let me know and share your thoughts in the comments. If you are new to this channel, please hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell until I come away again next time. I remain your boy Mike Way. Don't forget to like and comment. Stay cool. Cheers.